Why is gratitude so important to the human body and the human experience? My name is Coach Matt. I am a Master Certified Spiritual Life Coach. And what I do is I aim to assist people with esoteric wisdom and knowledge from our ancestors and even in the present times that we are even uncovering and discovering today in the last 100 years in order to improve everybody's lives and increase overall happiness and satisfaction so that we can make a huge change in the world. If you are interested in learning from us or getting any certifications from us, please go check us out. Links are down in the description. Gratitude is so crucial. Gratitude is so crucial. In quantum physics, there are two topics I kind of want to discuss. It's called the Maharishi effect and the Meissner effect. Quantum physics, of course, is the study of energy and its functions and properties in the quantum sphere, which would be like the lowest scale that we have. Mainly talking about Planck's scale. Planck's scale is, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, it's the smallest unit of measurement we've been able to discover so far. They're basically squiggles. Most of them are either open squiggles or closed squiggles. They're little strings. In fact, what's ironic about that is, this is where we get the term string theory from, and how there are fundamental properties in ways that energy functions that we don't really fully understand yet. Here's the funny thing about string theory and all of that. Your nervous system, neuro, the root etymological word for neurology and things like that, your nervous system comes from string theory. So when you're feeling nervous, it's because the strings are activating in your body and you start to get that like uncomfortable gut sense, right? That's actually the root word. It comes from string. It's like a puppet. You're like Pinocchio, Pine-occhio, pine as in pineal gland, occhio to see through the third eye and become a real boy. You get your puppet strings cut. So there's a lot that goes into that. But what do I mean when I'm talking about Meissner and Maharishi effect in quantum physics? So most things that have DNA function under what's called the Meissner effect. DNA has its own energy in it. It's actually piezoelectric in the central hydrogen bonds. They're almost crystalline in structure because of the way that they function between all of the different properties that are in DNA, all the different chemical composites that make it up. So Meissner is when you have energy that exists that is unconscious in order to regulate itself. And what I mean by that is toroidal energy, toroidal spheres. Energy has to essentially collapse in on itself and then output itself in order for it to sustain and function. Everything that you know that's more of an unconscious living thing, plants, trees, they have their own sense of consciousness, but it's not on par with the level of us where we can actually apply consciousness in order to have a end result. This would be called the Maharishi effect. Maharishi in quantum physics is the understanding that when something with conscious energy applies that energy, it will have a different designated output than what it would normally be if unconscious. Again, this is stuff that we teach in our life coaching program. So if you're interested in learning from us, go click the links down below. When you apply your energy, this is like, I'm throwing a lot at you guys. Let me make it a little more simple. When you apply energy in a positively constructive way, where you can really relish in your heart's authenticity, which is going to be another video that I do here shortly today, you will actually have different results from if you were to just act unconsciously. Now that kind of goes without saying, except for the fact that most people who are on the face of the planet operate unconsciously. They wake up, they get their coffee, they go to work, they do their job, they come home, they eat dinner, they go to bed. They go on vacation, yeah, they can have hobbies, yeah, they can do this and this and this. That's not what I'm getting at. What I mean is you're unconsciously locking yourself in a paradigm where you're not authentically living. And when you can't consciously authentically live to your highest degree, your heart does not generate enough energetic magnetic output in order for you to pull or manifest the life that you so choose. It's a very complex philosophical belief, but it's still one that reigns true even to this day, and our ancestors knew this a very long time ago, which is why they lived authentically. They didn't try to work or create corporate jobs. That probably wasn't even a thought to them because it didn't exist, obviously. But what I mean to say is, when they evolved their species and they evolved their cultures and their lineages, they weren't fixated on the evolution of the world. They weren't fixated on the progressivism that we are seeing today. Now, obviously, everything has to function in a dichotomy or on a spectrum of sorts. You have traditionalism and you have progressivism, and this is where we have to have a contention. There are people who are staunch traditionalists that don't want anything progressive. There are staunch progressives that don't want anything traditional. Both of these are very flawed. We have to find a middle ground where we are taking the truth of tradition, the things that have worked for thousands of years, keep them, apply them, while slowly and very carefully adopting the progressive ideals. We are already starting to see how society is slipping because people want to go too fast. If you go too slow, you won't change. If you go too fast, it will break you. It is just like driving a car. If you go too slow, you won't go anywhere. If you go too fast, you will get into an accident and die. It is very simple. It is very, very simple. We have to have a middle ground. You have to drive the speed limit. So, gratitude. I kind of went all around in a bunch of circles here. What am I talking about here with gratitude? When you eat food, how often do you pray over your food? Doesn't matter what your spirituality is. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian or you're Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist. Doesn't matter. How often are you giving thanks back to the food? If you bless the food will bless you, right? So how often are you giving that energy to the food so that you can consume it? Or are you just shoving shit in your mouth? Really think about that the next time you put anything into your mouth or anything comes out of your mouth. Every single thing that you do in your life, you should be thanking the universe, thanking God, thanking whatever semblance that is to you. Even if you're an atheist, thank yourself then for how you were able to acquire it, how good it tastes, how nourishing it is. If you're really thirsty and you take that sip of water, just be so thankful that that water exists to be able to nourish you and to rehydrate you so that you're not dehydrated. Gratitude shifts your consciousness. When you are constantly, oh, here's food, just eat it, and you're not thanking the energy that is in the food that is going to nourish you, when you're not connecting with that, and I'm using food as an example, I'm going to apply to other things. You're really doing yourself a disservice if you're not doing this, because you will start to consciously apply energy that will shift it so that when you do eat food, even if it's bad food, even if it's food that could even potentially give you food poisoning, it can actually change the frequency of the food to align with your body so that you can better digest it, you can better feel nourished from it. The gratitude that you provide to things is so crucially important. So, on that note, I actually wanted to say I'm very grateful for every single one of you guys watching, because you guys really do make this so much easier for us to be able to continue helping other people. And not to mention, we just love seeing the comments, we love seeing the interactions. You guys are amazing. So I want to give all of my gratitude to each and every single one of you guys watching, because we really, really do appreciate the views, we appreciate the love, we appreciate all of your interactions with us and all of your support. Thank you guys. So gratitude, as a final note here, so crucial. In our modern day society, if each and every single person had a little bit more gratitude, do you understand the way that we could shift the mentality of all of society? How many people do you know who are miserable, who are so ungrateful? Really, think about that. It could even be you yourself. People are so ungrateful today, and this is really a huge point of why people are not happy. They're not grateful for their relationships. They're not grateful for their families. They're not grateful for anything. You have to walk in the understanding with love and appreciation and gratitude in your heart, because if you don't, you're just doing yourself and the world a disservice. So next time that you eat, next time you think, next time you're doing things, just be so grateful for the present moment. Be grateful for what the future is going to bring to you, for the work that you're doing in the present moment. Be grateful for every little thing, because if you're not, life is going to slip away, and you're going to start realizing as time goes forward that, you know, your ungratefulness towards things could have really made you see life in a much more beautiful way. So gratitude is super important, and I highly recommend everybody here. Make sure you guys pray over your food, pray for your families. Just manifest, meditate. Think about the things that you love in your life that you're super grateful for. So lots of love to you guys. Again, we're super grateful for all of you guys. If you guys are interested in learning from us or with us, getting certified, getting our books, etc., please go click the links down below. Check us out. Check out our website. Check out our Linktree link. It'll have all the links, and you can learn from us, or you can get any of our free resources on our website as well. Lots of love, guys. Many blessings. Take care.